How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. Back with yet another review. A little bit of double IPA, extra hot double IPA time, in the form of War Elephant from Russian Duck. It's their anniversary edition. Looks similar to what the beer has always looked like, and that's, true, because I don't believe anything on this label is different from the previous iterations of War Elephant, which I've reviewed. If you want to check them out, you can check them out in the past. Russian Duck just had their 50th anniversary, and they did this, and they did an extra batch, an extra super hopped batch of this. 10 pounds per barrel of extra hops in this sucker. So you don't say what kind of hops. Maybe it says on the side here. We'll figure it out. As far as what it does say on the side here, War Elephant Double India Pale Ale. War Elephant is aggressive double India Pale Ale loaded with juicy hops. Upon opening the can, the smell of citrus, tropical fruit, and pine will assertively invade your nose. After pouring War Elephant in a glass, will be lulled to false sense of security by its pale golden color and rocky white head. Then you will first taste War Elephant. Your taste buds face a full assault with a barrage of more fresh hot flavors. Only when you're finished the can will the War Elephant finally acknowledge you as a worthy foe. From the first sip to the last, this is one belligerent pachyderm. Drink fresh, store cold. Orange on orange lettering. Always hard. War Elephant carton. That's how you learn that. Anyway. They don't say what's what on there. Like I said, it just says 10 pounds per barrel. It is 8 days old at the time of this filming. And, label art, I dig it. I like it. It's not as cool as some of the other Russian Duck labels. This one comes off kind of World of Warcrafty, but I dig it. But I'm super excited to give it a whirl. I had it at the anniversary, but, it was wrapped around a bunch of other beers, so it'll be cool to kind of drink it on its own and see what it's like. War Elephant, for me, tends to come off as kind of a jacked up version of like a Sip of Sunshine. Had a baby with a little bit of piney, a little bit of West Coast, a little bit of East Coast malty, with a kind of spicy, biting hop to it. This is definitely a bit more kind of hazy than the ones I've had in the past. It tends to pour quite a bit clearer from memory. You can go back to my old video, see if I'm wrong. But yeah, finger, white head, decent creaminess, neurotic bubbles throughout, and she's got a rich yet slightly milky kind of haziness to it. Definitely has got to be hazier. I absolutely was not this hazy. So yeah, I don't know if they've changed the base recipe, but yeah, she's definitely coming off a bit more turbid than she has in the past. Is that a good or a bad thing? Let's gonna find out. Let's get a nose on her. Okay, those hops definitely come off much bigger. I'm getting spiciness. I'm getting a little bit of onion. I'm getting a little bit of weed. I'm getting a little bit of that kind of tomato stocky, vegetal, spicy, weedy thing I love. And wrapped around that whole thing, there's a fruitiness in there, but it's a lot of skin fruitiness. There's like a little bit of like mango skinny spiciness going on. Yeah, and then sweet. It's like a lot of tropical fruity skinniness. Kiwi fruit, things like that. It's a lot of greenness going on here. A lot of like that stocky greenness, a lot of vegetal green, kind of hop spiciness going on. Definitely smells absolutely way more hop pronounced than the base War Elephant. But there is enough sweetness there to kind of seem like it's going to balance it out. So, I mean, she's just a spicy, green, kind of weedy menage of hopeful deliciousness that I just want to find out what it's all about. So, cheers. Wow. Yeah, that greenness is jacked to the nth degree. Big, huge, stocky, weedy greenness. Gigantic. Oh man, tastes like you're getting a hit in the face, like you're walking behind like a mower while it's mowing through a pile of weeds. Like an overgrown garden, let's put it that way. If you were to plant like a little bit of like basil, a little bunch of tomatoes, and just like maybe what other kind of like vegetal greenness that I can think of. Just a lot of like stalkiness, like all the stalks, whether it be squashy or tomatoey or any of that stuff. It was all there, overgrown with some weeds, and then you ran a mower through that fucker, and just that clippings are blasting you in the face. That's kind of what's going on here. It's sweet. but not overly sweet, enough sweet to kind of bounce off that huge amount of hops. There's a sweet fruitiness coming off it, but it's a very floral tropical fruitiness. It's not like I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you. It's probably a fruit I've never had. Let's put it that way. It's a sweet fruitiness. It's very floral, very like almost like honeysuckle meets kind of like papaya meets kiwi. Had a baby, but at the same time there's a dash of honey involved. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. It's big, it's bold, it's Warelfin. I mean, it was always a big beer, always a pretty gigantic beer, and just the amount of hops that they put in here, and I say that with kind of an asterisk, just takes it next level. I don't think it's just a matter of, oh, let's just throw a bunch of hops in there. It tastes like the beer has changed, and why wouldn't you change it and just kind of throw a ton more hops in there? I think there's a bit of tweaking going on in a positive way. The body's fuller, it's more creamier, but I just can't get over that greenness, man. That weedy greenness. When I say weedy, I mean not smoking weed, like weeds you pull out of a garden. That stocky green vegetal thing is just fucking fantastic. Oh yeah, this is the good stuff right here. You get a burn, but it's not from the alcohol, man. It's just from that kind of slightly hot burn, but in a pleasurable way. It's there in a positive light. Absolutely delicious. One of the better green vegetal weed-leaning beers, hopped beers, IPAs, double IPAs that I've had as of late. Absolutely. Let's jump to that point. I'm just gushing over the same things. Yes, it's one of those better beers. One of the better double IPAs I've had as of late. Definitely up there with those kind of green leaning ones that really you don't see all that often. You know, you have a lot of these, you know, mimic fruit juiciness, and while that has aspects of this going on, you don't see a ton of those super overt green ones. And this one is up there, if not leading the way. Value and availability, I want to say it was probably a bit pricey, maybe $18 for a 4-pack. But, you know, anniversary beer, high ABV, ton of hops going in it. Yeah, it's kind of market value. Availability is brewery only, but fucking Russian Duck can't sit around, so you never know. There might still be some floating around up there at the time of this upload, which that's the end of August, so maybe, maybe not. And just say if you like what we like this, if you like good beers, if you like that green, stocky, vegetal, kind of spicy, tomato stocky thing I love so much, if you like good breweries doing good things, because that's Russian Duck. I mean, I love those guys. They just make absolutely fantastic beers. Doing it the right way, honest, good, clean, inventive, creative across the board, from Kolsch's to Pilsners to Belgians to barley wines to IPAs. They crush it. So I've always been a big fan, and this is just another one that just kind of makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. So there. If you like being all warm and fuzzy inside, this is your beer. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Down there you can put words and stuff in the comments and whatnot. Social media. Massive Beers. All one word. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, all that stuff. Check me out there. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice War Elephant special edition right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.